Thank you, sir. It gives me great pleasure to congratulate some outstanding young South Australians who have participated in and been awarded successfully the Premier's Anzac Spirit School Prize for 2021. They join an alumni of significant work done by some outstanding South Australian students over a number of years now. Since 2007, 165 students have done this work. A project in Year 10, they've engaged with an Australian or particularly South Australian hero, whether that be a serviceman or a nurse or somebody who has served Australia during the First World War or in more recent years the Second World War as well. Engaged with them in a new project, contributed to Australia's historical record of that service, and indeed these projects now, thousands of those projects having been done as part of the Virtual Memorial or indeed as unique projects on themselves, have been accessed by family members of deceased or returned service people, certainly or deceased now given the timing we're talking about. It has brought them comfort, it has brought them pride in their family members. The 2021 Premier's Anzac School Prize awardees are Matthew Boyd from Investigator College, Lara Dawson and Olivia Turner from Adelaide Botanic High School, Nicholas Heinrich from Central York School, Annabelle Arbon and Gemma Mann from Endeavour College, Sinol Soni from Glenunga International High School, Jessica Grasser from Golden Grove High School, Lockwood Ezra from Horizon Christian School. It's possible that's Ezra Lockwood. We'll double-check that before the presentation next week, sir. Madeline Worth from the Kingston Community School, Jessica Inglis and Dakota Lloyd from the Loxton High School, Jennifer Nguyen from Our Lady of Sacred Heart College, Max Thomas from Prince Alfred College, Aidan Chong and Sadie Schultz from St Ignatius College, Bethany Yates from St Martin's Lutheran College, Saffron Chen and Eleanor Humphrey from St Peter's Collegiate Girls School, and Abby O'Donnell from Wirianda Secondary School. I'd like to commend their teachers, in particular Jodie O'Donnell, Jean Rogers, Raylene Stutley, David Teeley, Damon Smith, Reese Wood, Rebecca Leary, Madison Laurie, Ilza Braddock, Maria Cambanaros, Ron Pippett, Stephen Uren, Romana Quintel, Gregor Dingwall and Lauren Smith. So the Premier's Anzac Spirit School Prize was developed to encourage young South Australians to understand, to connect with and maintain the Anzac spirit. It aims to make history come alive and engage our students at empathetic levels with the stories of individuals from individual and original primary sources. Year 9 and Year 10 students from around South Australia have been entering the competition. It's about storytelling, and if members aren't familiar with the prize yet, I encourage them to go onto the website of the Virtual Memorial and have a look at some of the wonderful entries. They use letters, artefacts, photographs, oral history. And in the last couple of years, we have seen dramatic increases. Indeed, in 2021, more than 1,000 students participated in the competition, which is a more than 40% increase from previous years. Those students previously have been able to travel to places like France, Belgium, Singapore, South Korea, Gallipoli and Vietnam to connect with our Anzac history. In 2021 it was to Darwin, and indeed in 2022 it is again planned for the students to travel to Darwin and the Top End for the purposes of historical learning and commemoration. We're really pleased that the 2020 winners were able to have a trip this year. It was successful. Students commemorated the 1942 bombing of Darwin. In particular, they laid wreaths as part of the ceremony on Anzac Day at the Darwin Cenotaph, mixed with veterans, members of the history community and the Northern Territory Government at Parliament House, and I thank the Northern Territory Government for their support. Students also connect with community. Indeed, media outlets and community groups have heard the stories of the projects from students since. I think the teachers who have been selected to accompany the students on this trip are Jodie O'Donnell from Investigator College and Janine Fedorchuk-Weeks from Birdwood High School. Dr Paula Dabovich has been selected to be the RSL SA delegate on the tour to conduct commemoration ceremonies, and I thank the RSL in particular for their strong engagement with this project over many years. The 2022 prize will be launched on the 11th of November on Remembrance Day, sir, and with the continued continued support of the South Australian history community, RSL, South Australian schools across the education sectors, the government, the Marshall Liberal government, looks forward to continuing to support the important work of this prize and indeed see the significant contributions that the successful students will make in the years ahead.
Member for Anzac.